that's how we end that track. But anyways, today's Telecaster Technique Tuesday. Woo! Tuesday. And I wanted to come on, talk about my routine a little bit. Here it is. By the way, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe and leave me a comment. And please also visit me on my website, MusicMakerLessons.com. We can actually do an in-depth lesson and talk about this material. You can also download a free packet there, so go ahead and get that. So New Year, I wanted to maybe change up a little bit, but not too much. I like to keep my thing consistent and keep things going. So here's what I'm doing. It's the fingerboard stuff. If you haven't heard me talk about this, go back and check out some of my other Technique Tuesdays. But it's basically like stretching and just going up and down the fretboard. And the way I do it is like this. Today, this is how I do it. Set the metronome at 60 BPM like that. And then I play quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, sixteenths, quintuplets, sextuplets. So one measure of each. Eighth, triplets, quints, 16th notes, quints. Anyways, I messed up a little bit because I was talking about it, but I do those, and then I also do these. It's just like power chords and then inverted power chords at the same time, but really like using all your fingers. Ooh, of course, now that I'm showing you, I'm sloppy. I also do those with the metronome on too, so, but that's part of the routine. I also am doing my spready boys, that's these. And today I was doing melodic minor, but I try and change this every day. Like tomorrow I'll probably I try and like cycle through it. So I'll do like major minor modes, then I'll do melodic minor, which is today. Then tomorrow I'll do harmonic minor, then I'll do harmonic major, then I'll do double harmonic major. Then I cycle back through again. And what I typically do also is I do like triads, and then I'll do seventh chords. So like I'll do like the first cycle will be all triads, just 3-note chords. So that was a little bit of mixing there, but that's what that is like more triads. And then for seventh chords, I'll do melodic minor because I was doing that today. Up and down, you know, just like a chord scale with all the chords in that mode. So just kind of going through it, so I can always understand my harmony really well. You know, that's like mainly what it is. It's just to like really understand harmony. So that's what that is. For arpeggios, I'm doing my typical arp trees. I'm up to 48 beats per minute, which is actually. That's closer to like 100 BPM. It's like more like 96 BPM because I'm doing halftime feel on the metronome, but I'm playing double time. So yeah, it's faster than it sounds. And what I'm doing is I'm adding my dominant 7 flat 5s this week. So I had a whole tree with all of the different shapes that I'm doing, and I'm adding one by one, making the tree bigger. Then I'm doing 3-note per string pentatonics. Those are cool. It's really just like thinking of them in a little bit of a different way. I'm used to thinking up and down the strings. Or like just up and down one string. Or even like 3-string kind of pattern. Right? Like all of these. kind of doing those. I'm kind of used to that, but I'm not super used to just like going 3 notes. That's like pretty big stretch for me. I have kind of smaller hands, so it's good to just stretch them out. Then, as always, I'm doing some blues and some Bach. I've explained that in some previous things. And then the last thing that I'm doing this week, I haven't really done this in a while, but I'm trying to do like a new real book tune every day this week. We'll see how that goes, but today I went for kind of a tougher one. I did Falling Grace by Steve Swallow, and really like my main thing is I want to make sure I'm playing them right. Like there's so many tunes that are in the real book that are written kind of wrong, and so I'm going through and I'm listening to, actually this one I listened to a few recordings. I think my favorite one ended up being the Jim Hall, Pat Metheny one. What can I say? I've always loved those two guitar players, and they've got a record where they're playing together. It's a record that I've had for a long time, and yeah, I think out of like the Schofield one and the Gary Burton Chick Corea one, that one is also amazing. The Schofield one is amazing too, but I think my favorite has to be the Metheny Jim Hall, and probably because Jim Hall's on it, because he's really just one of my favorites. He's just got this great like vibe and energy to his playing. He doesn't always play like as fast or as flashy, but just like his presence is so like fantastic. So I've really been influenced by that personally. So when I was listening to versions of this, I think I went more for like that duet guitars feel. And yeah, so really I'm just kind of trying to blow through the tune and learn it and just learn how to play on it, because it's one that I've never picked up myself, and it's a cool tune. It's got some really interesting changes. So that's going to be all for today's lesson. Not really a lesson, just going over my weekly practice routine. I do these little lists just in case anybody else is out there and they've maybe hit a wall in their practice routine. They're wondering what other people do. This is what mine is, and it changes week to week. But I try and set my goal and just make sure that there's something really good happening, some kind of improvement, some kind of progress in some fashion, like whether it's speed or number of tunes or like repertoire or whatever, or if it's just like being able to internalize changes better or harmonies better. All of that is really, really important to progress. So this is what I'm doing this week, and hopefully that's inspiring to some other guitar players out there. Anyways, I'm going to play my way out. But check out this tune, Falling Grace by Steve Swallow. There's a bunch of different recordings of it if you go on Spotify. Again, my favorite's Jim Hall and Pat Metheny, 100%. So go for that one if you don't know which one to go with first. I'll see you next time. Please do like and comment and subscribe, and visit me online. I've got new online lessons every week.